लोकप्रिय आमदार व माजी वैद्यकीय शिक्षण तथा सांस्कृतिक मंत्री माननीय अमितजी देशमुख त्यांना निवेदन करते की त्यांनी विशेष अतिथी या नात्यानं सभेला संबोधित करावं. अमितजी देशमुख.
th Annual Conference of Maharashtra State Chapter Association of Surgeons of India, Latur, Massacon 2023. Inaugural ceremony presided over by Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jainji, Dr. Pratap Singh Aruteji, Dr. Samir Regeji, other dignitaries of the dais, Dr. Sanjay Bharat, Dr. Dinkar Kare, Dr. Ajay Punpare, Dr. Anjali Dave, Dr. Deepak Kuble, Dr. Chinte, Dr. Satar, Dr. Uday Mohite, Dr. Baheti, Dr. Pallod, Dr. Rutuja Aichit, dignitaries present from all over the country, Maharashtra, neighboring states. I am extremely happy to be present here amidst you for the 45th Annual Conference of Maharashtra State Chapter of Association of Surgeons of India. And I think it is also special because a similar chapter a few years ago was inaugurated by the erstwhile Chief Minister Honorable Vilasrao Deshmukh Sahib, and this is the second time around that this conference is happening in the city of Latur. And I'm glad that within a few years you have come back to the city of Latur, and that only says and speaks a lot about the city of Latur. That the conference that must have held a few years ago was extremely successful, and within a couple of years or few years we are gathering here again. So this is a moment of extreme pride for me and my colleagues. The Latur Surgical Society, who is the host of this chapter here in Latur, I think I congratulate all of them that they have convinced the Surgical Society of India to have their All India Conference within a few years again in the city of Latur. I think when this was conceptualized or when this was thought, and when the conference was sort of resolved to be held in Latur, I think we had another government. Is that true? I think this must have been resolved at least 8 months ago. So 8 months ago, there was another government. And it was the MVA government. I was the Guardian Minister for the Latur district. I was the Minister for Medical Education. And all of you, I mean, who are present here, are closely associated with MUHS and GMCs. So I think my colleagues must have thought that this government will last for full 5 years. But in politics, it's not only that you do surgeries. In politics also, politicians do surgeries. And there was a surgery 6 months ago, and MVA government collapsed. And now we have an alternative government, which is, I don't know what to call it, because the people in the government have not been able to coin a word for this government yet. So, Shiva Sena BJP government is what they call it, and this government is carrying on. So, the conference that is happening in Latur, I am thankful to the organizers, Dr. Punpai, Dr. Paul Patil, Dr. Kale, Dr. Pallod, and all their colleagues, Dr. Jagtab, Dr. Chinte, Dr. Gogole, everybody, Dr. Zata, that they did not forget to invite me. Otherwise, what happens is that sometimes when the weather changes, then you have to also change a lot of things. But apart from politics, I have not come here as a politician. I have come here as a citizen of Latur and representative of Latur. And when it comes to Latur, we are one family. Politics is kept on the side, and we work for the overall development of Latur, and that is why we all have gathered here. And I think the aim of this conference, the aim of this chapter also is to excel further in the field of medicine, further in the field of science. I was told that live surgeries are going on from 6 in the morning, they're still going on. They will go on until 10 in the night. Live streaming of these surgeries. Surgeons all across India and Maharashtra have gathered here. They are demonstrating their excellence in this conference, and there's a lot to learn. And I like your tagline, learn, unlearn, and relearn. This is for the first time that I have read, heard something like this. So learn, unlearn, and relearn. I think this speaks a lot. I mean, if we all follow this one-liner or caption, I think everybody will excel in whatever field they're working in. Medical education in India has potential that has not been unlocked yet. Even today, as compared to the world, the number of doctors, the number of nurses, the number of paramedics, the number of technicians, we are below the world average. And hence, there is potential. Even in yesterday's budget, there was a lot of thrust on health and medical education. And we in Latur, I must mention Vilaswa Deshmukh Sahib, that he also had very keen interest in developing city of Latur in the area of medicine. You've heard about Latur pattern, and that Latur pattern gave birth to doctors, engineers, architects, chartered accountants, graduating from the city of Latur. And I must very proudly say that whenever there are NEET examinations and whenever there are NEET results announced, The first couple of hundred candidates that top the NEET examinations are from the city of Latur. So that is what we have been able to do in the past 40 years, and we strive to do it continuously in the near future. We are not yet satisfied. We want to actually take Latur, Marathwada, Maharashtra and India way ahead. And the conferences that are happening here, I think they will only aid in the overall development of our society and the hands that we want to create who will serve the society. Able hands. That is most important. Now, COVID taught us that this is one disease or infection or epidemic where the treatment is same. Whether it is USA, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, UAE or India. The treatment is same. A lot of people, for further treatment, from Latur they go to Solapur, they go to Pune, Mumbai, they go to UK, they go to US. But for COVID, you didn't have to transport anybody to US or UK. The treatment protocol was the same. So COVID brought the world on one platform. And now I think the world has to work in such a direction that not only in a calamity or epidemic like COVID, but even in the areas of cancer, even in the area of obesity, orthopedics, ophthalm, all the areas, I think the treatment, the facilities, whether in Latur or Solapur or Mumbai or Pune or Nasik, we should be able to deliver that. It is sad that even in the rural areas today we don't have doctors. There are many villages where people are still waiting for the doctor to come. Doctor is appointed, but doctor is not available. So the gap between the rural and urban will have to be reduced. And for that, the society, the parliament, the assembly, they all will have to work so that this goal is achieved. I mean, there are many doctors here. There are children who are now doctors, boys and girls, who are now interns and who are practicing. How many of them want to come back to their town? So that needs to change, and I think that is changing. That is changing fast. That needs to change, and the virtual surgeries now that are happening, where you're doing video conferencing, video calls. A top surgeon from Delhi is guiding or consulting or conferencing with a top surgeon in Latur. So I think that is happening. This was not happening earlier. And conferences like this, I would request the All India President and the State President that conferences like this, you should deliberately hold in tier 3 cities. If you don't hold a conference, you can hold a conference in Mumbai, which is a world conference. But a state and a national conference should start from tier 3, tier 2. That is where we need awareness. That is where we need exchange of ideas, exchange of expertise. That is where we want the doctors to see what the ground reality is. How we can change the face of medicine in rural area. And that is why When we were in the government, we also worked very hard, where we decided that every district will have a government medical college. When we were in the government, we sanctioned 12 new government medical colleges and postgraduate institutes, about 3 or 4. So these 15, 16 institutes were sanctioned, and now the work is on, and I'm sure in a few years this work will realize that infrastructure we will have in the state of Maharashtra for the students of Maharashtra and for serving the people of Maharashtra. I think this is the work that needs to be done. Today, this gathering also enables a lot of our doctors to learn, a lot of our doctors to equip themselves. And I must state here in front of the All India Surgical Society that Latur is one of the finest cities as far as medical treatment is concerned. Latur was a hub for Marathwada and the neighboring states as well as Andhra, Karnataka, Telangana. We have a lot of good hands here to serve Latur. And Latur Surgical Society, Maharashtra Surgical Society, or the National Surgical Society, I think whatever you discuss in a conference like this, in a chapter like this, you should also give some recommendations that will come out of these conferences to the Parliament, to the Assembly, to the members of the Assembly, to the members of the Parliament, so that whatever you are discussing, whatever you are thinking, whatever you are envisaging, that literally can be implemented with the help of the state and the central governments. I think there's a lot to speak, but I will not take much of your time. The conference is going on. It's a 4-day conference. Dr. Zattar is from Babalgaon, he's from my village. So he always says that he was the first doctor of his village. And my father was the first lawyer of his village. So they were friends, and Dr. Zattar, it's your hotel. So I was asking Dr. Kale that has Dr. Zattar given you this venue free of cost? I was asking him, but he said that I will speak to you later. So, because this is a new banquet hall, I haven't been here, this is still under construction. This hotel was inaugurated by my father. We all were there. And when I came here, I didn't realize that this facility is up and running. And I was inquiring about this facility. And they said that it's a new facility. So Dr. Zattar, also a very leading surgeon in Latur. And now his son is very active. He has taken over. He's a leading surgeon. So the city of Latur is a city of excellence, whether it's medicine, engineering, manufacturing, agri-processing. There are 2 medical colleges. There are many Ayurvedic, homeopathy, nursing colleges. And I'm sure in the future there will be a few more medical colleges. Latur also has become mini Kota. Now, Bansals from Kota have landed in Latur. They have started their coaching here. And the Motegaon is one of the very popular name in Latur. So Motegaonkar also has expanded, and I'm sure one day Motegaonkar will go to Kota. So that is the environment of Latur, and I hope all the dignitaries, faculty, members of the surgical societies of Latur, Maharashtra and India, they have a wonderful stay. They enjoy their chapter here. I congratulate everybody. I welcome everyone. I thank the Surgical Society of Latur to have held a conference, a chapter very soon in Latur. And I wish that such conferences keep happening so that the excellence that we are striving for in the city of Latur gets a huge push. So I thank everyone. I welcome all the dignitaries, especially Dr. Sanjay Kumar Jain, who has come from Madhya Pradesh. He's working in Bhopal GMC. He just mentioned that it's a 1,500 bed GMC, 500 bed super specialty. Bhopal is a big center in central India. So our dean, Mr. Uday Mohite, is here. So I think there could be some faculty-student exchange between Latur GMC and Bhopal GMC. So that is something that I would request, so that Latur faculty and students can learn something in Bhopal, and Bhopal faculty and students, when they come to Latur, they can inspire the Latur faculty and students. So I welcome him, thank him, and I wish him all the best. Dr. Pratap here, Varute is from Kolhapur, he said. त्यांनी मला छान सांगितलं, बंटी पाटलांचं कोल्हापूर. ते आज आम्ही बंटी पाटलांना फोन करून त्यांचं कौतुक करू की कोल्हापूरची मंडळी लातूरला येऊ. बंटी पाटलांचं कोल्हापूर असं वर्णन जेव्हा करते तेव्हा आमचा मित्र बंटी पाटील हा योग्य दिशेनं मार्गक्रमण करतोय असंच त्याचं हे द्योतक आहे. त्यामुळं बंटी पाटलांच्या कोल्हापुरातून डॉक्टर वरुठे इथं आलेत. आणि बंटी पाटलांचं आमचं वेगळं नातं आहे. बंटी पाटील लातूरचे पालकमंत्री राहिले आणि कोल्हापूर हे आदरणीय विलासराव देशमुख साहेबांचं आवडतं शहर. कोल्हापूरला जे येणं जाणं आदरणीय विलासराव देशमुख साहेबांचं होतं. मला आठवतं आहे 2004 आणि 1999 साली जेव्हा ते मुख्यमंत्री होते तेव्हा 99 साली त्यांच्या मुख्यमंत्रीपदाच्या काळामध्ये लातूरला 21 दौरे झाले मुख्यमंत्री म्हणून आणि कोल्हापूरला 22. एवढं प्रेम हे आदरणीय विलासराव देशमुख साहेबांनी त्या काळामध्ये कोल्हापूर आणि कोल्हापूरकरांवर दाखवलं. असं एक वेगळं नातं लातूरचं आणि कोल्हापूरचं आहे. त्यामुळं तुमचंही मी स्वागत करतो आणि आभार व्यक्त करतो, आपल्याला सदिच्छा व्यक्त करतो. डॉक्टर काळे, डॉक्टर पुनपाळे ही जी आमची स्थानिक मंडळी आहे, डॉक्टर वारद आणि त्यांचे सगळे सहकारी, त्यांचं देखील मला मनापासूनचं कौतुक करावं असं वाटतं की त्यांनी या ठिकाणी हे संमेलन भरवलं आणि या संमेलनातून लातूरला खूप काही शिकण्यासारखं ठरेल याबाबत यासाठी त्यांचे मी मनापासून धन्यवाद व्यक्त करतो. आमची अनेक डॉक्टर मंडळी खाली बसलेली आहे, सगळ्यांची नावं मी घेतलेलीच आहेत. त्यामुळे एखाद्याचं नाव एकदा घेतलं आणि दोनदा घेतलं म्हणून काय माझं त्यांच्यावरचं प्रेम कमी जास्त होत नाही. त्यामुळे हे देखील डॉक्टरांनी निश्चित याची नोंद घ्यावी. लातूरच्या डॉक्टरांच्यावर आम्हाला खूप अभिमान आहे. चांगले डॉक्टर आहेत. लातूरमध्ये कोरोना काळामध्ये देखील लातूरच्या डॉक्टरांनी जे काम केलं ते कौतुकास्पद आहे. मग ते GMCमध्ये असेल किंवा खाजगी रुग्णालयामध्ये असेल. खरं म्हणजे आज इथं मला याचा उल्लेख सगळ्यांसमोर करावा असा वाटतो की कोरोना काळामध्ये पहिल्या, दुसऱ्या, तिसऱ्या एकही रुग्ण म्हणजे दवाखान्यामध्ये दाखला मिळाला नाही म्हणून रस्त्यावर उभा राहिला असं चित्र आम्ही लातूरमध्ये उद्भवू दिलं नाही. याचा आम्हाला अभिमान नाही, पण याचं समाधान आहे की अशा विपरीत परिस्थिती आणि काळामध्ये जिथं जगामध्ये जे चित्र आपण पाहिलं ते काही पाहण्यासारखं नव्हतं, पण लातूरमध्ये विशेषतः आणि त्याच पद्धतीने महाराष्ट्रामध्ये देखील महाराष्ट्राच्या कोरोना काळामधल्या कामाचं कौतुक हे UNESCO WHO केलं, न्यूयॉर्क लंडननी केलं, सुप्रीम कोर्टानं केलं, हायकोर्टानं केलं. त्यामुळं त्या काळामध्ये जे काही काम झालं मला उल्लेख करावा लागेल माझे मुख्यमंत्री उद्धव ठाकरेजी यांचा की त्या काळामध्ये कोरोना काळाच्या आपत्ती व्यवस्थापनामध्ये जे काम त्यांच्या नेतृत्वाखाली झालं ते खरंच उल्लेखनीय आहे आणि म्हणून त्याचं आम्हाला समाधान आहे. आणि मला खात्री आहे की येणाऱ्या काळामध्ये देखील महाराष्ट्राला जे अभिप्रेत असेल ती सेवा ही या नेतृत्वाकडनं निश्चित अपेक्षा महाराष्ट्राच्या पूर्ण होतील. यापेक्षा अधिक भाष्य न करता आपल्या सगळ्यांचं मनापासून स्वागत, आभार आणि आपल्या कारकिर्दीला माझ्या वतीनं शुभेच्छा. धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.
ओके सर.